second part of the question. So if you can please just keep moving. So to do that, we have actually some characteristic of habitability. That is there water on Mars, and is there all the elements that are necessary for habitability on Mars, and that's what Curiosity is about. And to do this, this is what the rover looks like, and we've got about 10 instruments, and the instruments here are really designed in such a way that each actually produce some scientific evidence that will allow to answer the key question. So the 10 instruments, you've got the ChemCam at the moment, at the top, which is a laser instrument that I'm involved with. The second one, you've got, for example, an X-ray instrument, then you've got some imaging instruments, then you've got a SAM instrument, which is also a laser instrument that analyzes the gases on Mars. We've got a RAD instrument, which actually measures the radiation on Mars. And we've got the RAMS instrument, actually, which measures the environment on Mars, the pressure, the temperature, and so forth. Please, if you can move. So, in reality, what it looks like, it looks like this before it left. So it's about 1 ton instrument. It's the size of an SUV, and this is the rover that's currently on Mars. And you probably followed the entry, descent, and landing on Mars on August 6th. So so that's what it is. And this is, if you compare it to the previous rovers that landed on Mars. In 1997, you see the differences in sizes. We've got the Sojourner there, and then the Opportunity, which is still active, and Curiosity is there as well. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit, because I don't have time again, what it does. So one instrument, the ChemCam instrument, what it does, it shoots, you see that beam coming out of there, it shoots a laser onto a rock, and then you've got the camera that looks at the point at which the laser is shooting at. And then you get different colors. So from those colors, we find out essentially what is the composition of the rock that we're looking at. And we can also dig a little bit with the laser into the rock. And that allows us, and this is reality, this is what it looks like, we compare that to what you see there on the side with some what we call targets that are calibrated, that are well known, and we've studied in the labs, and then we figure out from those comparisons what we have on Mars. So each color will tell us essentially what type of element we have. So if you have something purple, we know what it is, some metal. If it's blue, it's something else, and so forth. So that's really what Mars is about. This here is the first spectrum. So it's the first colors of the rocks on Mars ever taken. So this was taken 13 days after landing, and it's been published a few months ago. But this is the first spectrum that's taken on another planet ever. So for you will see the difficulty. Sometimes the engineers and we need to drill a hole somewhere, and then we have with the rover to shoot into that hole. So you've got all sorts of geometry to take care of, and you're taking care of this geometry and then put it together 300 million kilometers away from where we are today. So it's not an easy problem, but people like yourselves doing robotics and doing engineering solve these problems. One of the key results we've seen is that just like we have at home, if you have water going through some system, it leaves some traces that are white like that. So we've seen this on the left, we've seen it on Mars on a rock called Shepherd, and what you have seen, what we can see is these white veins over there, and after we study that, we look that it is evidence of calcium deposits, calcium oxides, which means that water flew through there, and then we can find out the date when what that water did. We did this again and again, and one of the difficulty, and that's one of the problems, is how do you actually analyze that very thin vein? And lasers, of course, are very well suited to do that. So you can actually point out with a high precision, a high accuracy, and shoot those veins, get the spectrum, and you know what you have. And that's it. So we can do this again and again. So basically, it's been a very exciting journey, and I hope it's not exciting to get something like this. Thank you so much, and welcome and have fun.